everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton. The advocates who work to help people find housing say the pandemic has exacerbated the need for housing in our suburbs. We talk about how Prism is trying to help in today's Newsmakers.
We are definitely seeing a rise in our numbers of people who are calling us looking for housing, whether they're calling us from a hotel that they're currently staying in, or people are living in their cars, or people have been given notice by their property owner, the landlord, and they don't know where they're going to go. So the number has gone way, way up. Our phone is ringing off the hook.
And something we were talking earlier I thought was interesting related to the pandemic on why the calls are going up. People are not able necessarily to have both parents working because of childcare.
Yes, definitely. We have a large number of single moms or parents where they were the primary wage earner and they're having to stay home with their children, and they just can't go back and work the hours that they used to be able to.
All right, and this is kind of putting stress on you guys being able to handle this many calls. How's that going?
I mean, we are all getting a little fried. It's a lot of people who are very anxious about something that's very serious, and so when we're not able to return calls as quickly as we would like, people are upset. And so we're doing our best. We're trying to build our capacity, though, to take these calls.
And then when you do, you are able to help someone, it's a very time-intensive process. Is that right?
Yes, it is. It can take a very long time to assist a person from moving, whether it's into a more affordable location or moving from not being housed into an apartment. It takes a lot of work, and so it's very time intensive.
All right. It's one of the reasons why you guys are hiring a housing locator. Tell me about this.
Yes, I am so excited for this position. So we get referrals all the time from people who are like, we need can you help me find housing? And we don't have the time. We'll give them a housing list and tell them some referrals, but that's about it. So we're hiring a full-time position. We did get a little bit of funding from the city of Golden Valley for this position as well. And they're just going to be able to take on calls and take on, fill out applications with people, take them to look at apartments, and do some advocacy on their behalf to landlords if they have like a little blip on their history or things like that.
All right. And I know this can be a hard position, a stressful position, but there's some rewards too, because when you are able to help someone, that's a good conversation.
It's very rewarding. And when people find out that we're going to pay their rent, or that they got accepted for an apartment, many times there's tears that fall and you're like, you're going to make me cry. Stop crying. So when we're able to help, it's great. And housing's a right for people. It's a human right. So it's very difficult to work with folks when we're working in a place where some people are able to live in a safe and stable environment and others aren't.
And quickly, you guys are hoping to have this in place before the housing moratorium ends, is that right?
Yes, the moratorium ends on June 1st, and so evictions will be able to start up again, and we are trying to get that person hired by then.
All right. Allison Hoberg with Prism, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
This week's rain has been perfect for Meadow Lake in New Hope as it fills back up after a recent drawdown. Project supervisors from New Hope and the Shingle Creek Watershed Commission say the frost level went down far enough this winter to kill invasive species in the lake, like fathead minnows and curly-leaf pondweed.
Lake has experienced different algae blooms to a certain extent, and then can have an odor at certain times of the summer. So we want to get that back to a natural condition for aesthetic reasons, but then also water quality reasons, because there's benefits to having a natural water body in our suburban watershed here.
The lake will now be monitored for 2 years to make sure it gets closer to its natural state. The northwest suburbs have a number of Mexican restaurants, but there's only one place that can make the claim that customers will not only get their food fast, but they'll leave the shop with a smile on their face. Here's Delane Cleveland.
I'm very proud of the dishes that we provide here,
More than 2,000 miles separate Mexico City from the Twin Cities.
Yes.
But you don't have to travel south of the border to get a taste of authentic Mexican food.
You have to try it. I would say it's way better than other places like Teresa's or Taco Bell.
For many years, Taco Bell is likely what came to mind when Minnesotans thought of Mexican cuisine.
Barbacoa,
Yet, thanks to people like Miguel Cruz Gomez,
very popular, very tender.
you can go to spots like El Taco Riendo in Crystal for the real deal.
About 35 years ago, there was no many Mexican restaurants around the area. And the only Mexican restaurant that we can think about, it was just all the way down to St. Paul and the west side.
Gomez opened El Taco Riendo in March of 2019 in a small strip mall near Cub Foods.
I highly recommend.
They have a wide variety of meats and sauces on hand that are prepared fresh every day for all of the taco and burrito lovers out there, although the menu offers much more.
This is the closest you can get, from the original dishes from Mexico.
In the 3 years since they opened, they're still working to build their customer base.
I love the tostadas here, especially the beef tongue. It's the best. I feel like you can't get it anywhere else.
Taco Riendo means either the running taco or the smiling taco. It's essentially their way of saying that customers will get their food fast and they'll leave happy.
Come and visit us, come and try us, and let us know if you like it or not.
In Crystal, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
And finally, have you ever tried to eat spaghetti in a crown? A group of young ladies did that recently, and of course, it was all for a good cause. We'll leave you today with some fun video of the Maple Grove ambassadors in a spaghetti eating contest. Ambassadors Gabby, Taylor, and Rachel had 2 minutes to eat a half pound of spaghetti. All proceeds from the event benefited this Ambassador Scholarship Program. And in case you're wondering, Gabby Bodine won top honors with downing the plate of spaghetti in a minute 15.
We had a pretty strong boys hockey season in the northwest suburbs this winter, highlighted by Maple Grove state runner-up finish. We've consulted with local coaches to select the CCX All-Area Boys Hockey Team. Here's Jay Wilcox.
We start our CCX All-Area Boys Hockey Team up front with a great group of forwards. Number 17, Landon Gunderson had a super year for Class AA runner-up Maple Grove. The junior had an eye-opening 80 points with 21 goals and 59 assists. The All-State pick was Team Co-Offensive MVP. His sidekick, number 19, Josh Giuliani, sparkled in the state tournament, netting 2 hat tricks and 8 tournament goals total. The senior wing had 31 goals and 30 assists and was co-offensive MVP for the Crimson. Number 9, Adam Marshall of Benilde St. Margaret's led his team in goals for the 3rd straight season with 23. The Plymouth native added 24 assists for a team-high 47 points for the Section 6 AA runner-up Red Knights. He's 7th in career scoring at BSM. Number 19, sophomore Luke Miller had a strong season for Wayzata. The All-Lake Conference pick had a team-high 19 goals, along with 12 assists for 31 points. Number 11, junior Jordan Ron of Champlain Park is a two-way player who led the Rebels in points with 43, netting 18 goals with 25 assists. Ron is an all-Northwest Suburban pick. Number 15, Luke Sawicki shined for an Osseo team that struggled. The junior was by far the Orioles' top scorer with 18 goals and 12 assists while earning team MVP and all-Northwest Suburban honors. Number 17, Tanner Rausch was impressive as a sophomore for Armstrong Cooper. The all-conference wing had 13 goals and 16 assists for the Wings. Number 8, Evan Williams of Champlain Park was the Rebels' most improved player. He scored 25 goals with 13 assists while earning all-conference honors. Number 27, Finn Brink of Maple Grove had a superb junior season. The speedy All-State pick had 29 goals and 31 assists for the Section 5 AA champions. Number 15, Drew Streeter of Wayzata rounds out our forwards. The physical two-way player led the Trojans in scoring with 32 points on 15 goals and 17 assists and helped his team to a tie for the Lake Conference title. Our defensive crew is led by number 6, Tristan Sarsland of Benilde. The first-team All-Metro pick was a Mr. Hockey finalist and had 12 goals and 21 assists. He's one of Minnesota's top NHL draft prospects. Number 20, Danny Nelson of Maple Grove is already one of the state's best blue liners as a sophomore. A great stick handler and skater, Nelson had 16 goals and 24 assists as the Crimson fell just short of a state title. Number 23, Carter Tyson, was a strong veteran presence on a young Breck team. The Great 8 selection had 9 goals and 23 assists to lead the Mustangs in scoring. Number 7, Nolan Peterson, was team MVP for a much improved Champlain Park squad. The senior played 30 minutes per night and chipped in offensively with 12 goals and 20 assists. Number 7, Reese Gardner, was the top blue liner for a Wayzata team that allowed under 2 goals per game. The senior earned all Lake Conference honors and had 3 goals and 9 assists. Our goalie is number 1, Will Ingeman of Wayzata. The Trojans' team MVP was a third-team All-Metro pick and posted 6 shutouts, a .926 save percentage, and 1.74 goals against. A great squad, the CCX All-Area Boys Hockey Team. These guys had good seasons too. The honorable mention picks for boys hockey. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.